Welcome back to Israel Family Farm. I'm Gino, and today we're going to be working some sheep behind me. So today, basically, what we're going to be doing is, yep, they're excited. You can hear them. We're going to be docking some tails, giving a vaccine, as well as castrating. So all stuff that has to be done here on the farm. It's important to castrate because we want to make sure that we're not, participating in any inbreeding. We want to keep the genetics strong, keep the sheep healthy. It controls the breeding or the time of year that we breed and put lambs on the ground. We do not want lambs on the ground come January, February. Up here in Wisconsin, they would turn into popsicles really quick because it's so cold. We don't have heated barns or anything like that. That creates a whole nother issue. It's a whole nother topic. But so that's another reason why we control our breeding through castration and protect our genetics as well. So, and then the tails with docking just means that we're going to be removing a portion of the tail, and that's done through a band being placed on the tail and cuts off circulation, and eventually on the back side of that band, the tail dries up and falls off. It's very painless to the sheep. It feels weird at first because, it's kind of like putting a rubber band around your finger. It kind of goes numb, and then, well, obviously, hopefully you take it off, you don't lose your finger, but you get what I'm saying. So we're going to be doing that today. It's a little bit of a process. I have some help coming out today. By help, I mean some family members and stuff. So it's a little bit of work, but it's a great opportunity for us to hang out. And after we're done with this, we can usually have a meal together and chit chat for a while. So keep watching, and we'll get you brought into the action here. All right, so the first step in this process is going to be to separate all of these lambs from the moms. And we're going to do that here in the tub system. If you followed before, you've seen some shorts of Greta's head through that gate there. But this is called the tub system because it's a giant tub, and then it has I think it's called the wing. I don't know. This little wall there moves, and then the theory is they will come into this area here, and as the area gets smaller, they eventually go into the actual chute system there. But this is what we're going to use today. We're going to open this wall up a little bit, give a little bit more room. We're going to be grabbing lambs, putting them on one side, and then we'll kick the ewes or their mamas out, and we'll kick them out of the pen system altogether, get them back into the pasture, and then when we are finished with the lambs, we will lift them over the wall, drop them, and they will find their moms again. So that's the plan, but you know what they say about plans. So that's where we're starting. So I caught a little girl. My assistant here is going to hand me, this is the bander here. It's going to go down the tail. And there's two little lines on the tail. And that's kind of where we stop. And the reason why we do tails is it helps to prevent fly strike. So it's to help keep them healthy and not in a lot of pain if they start getting bit. So this is CD&T. This is a auto injector, so it shoots 2 cc's the whole time. So we're going to go sub Q, which is just below the skin. Squeeze the trigger. We're done. And then we're going to mark it. I'm waiting for my other assistant. The reason we mark it is because we turn them out. And if one, oh, good throw. If one gets out, we know which one that is because it's not marked. How do I know this? Because I've learned the hard way. So we put it right on their head. That way we could see, identify it from a while ago. Okay? So, and that's it. So we're going to put her over the fence. I'm going to look for a male, and we'll do a male. All right. Got her. Foot. There we go. You're all right. All right, let's try to find a boy in all this mess. Oh, this is a big one. Oh, this is what happens when you don't do this right away. So we're going to put them on their butt. I'm going to spin them around. There you go, bud. So we spin them around. They sit fairly well. They do kick sometimes, but they do pretty good. So we're gonna load up our bander, and we're gonna make sure we get both testicles. We push. Actually, I'm gonna take my gloves off for this because it's a little bit easier. So we'll put them around, pull the scrotum all the way through. We make sure we have both testicles here. You able to see Sally with the brush? Okay. And we let it go. We pull it off, and that's it. The reason why you got to make sure you have both testicles, because if you only get one testy in there, they can breed with one, and then you'll end up with surprise lambs. So now we're going to load the bander again, and what we're going to do is we're going to do the tail on this guy. And I don't know if you can see, but there's kind of skin right here. That's kind of what, about right here is where we're going to place the band. Grab the tail, slide it through, make sure we're far enough down. Actually, no, we're not doing that on this because it's a male. We keep tails on our males. Almost screwed that up, but you got another preview of how it's done. So we go here. Careful not to stick myself. There we go. Hand that to you. Hand the cap to you. And now we're going to do the ear tag. So we do black tags on our wethers. This is where they're going to kick a little bit, so you just be prepared for that. You're good. So it's like getting an earring. So now we know from a distance a black tag is a male. Those are the ones that are going to go eventually make it to the auction. So the way you just seen me band, the other option is to actually make an incision along the scrotum, pop both testicles out, and pull them out. I don't do that. I don't want to do it for a couple reasons. Number one, I think it's more painful, more stress on the animal, and number two, we now have an open site for infection. So like tetanus and that kind of stuff, which we were vaccinating against, but that's why we do it that way. Next, we're going to mark them, and then we're going to let this one go. Markers behind me. Thank you. That's my lovely assistant. All right. So he's good. But you notice how he just sat here the whole time. So eventually, again, we're going to check. Both testicles were good. Eventually, they'll just dry up and fall off. And that'll be the end of it. It cuts all blood supply off. It cuts the nerves off. So basically, again, it just goes to sleep. Just like you'd put a rubber band on your finger. So there we go. So we're going to get him. minus the thistle there that I got stung. Easy. Oh, there he goes. All right. So we're gonna continue with the same process. We're keeping track of the number of boys versus girls. I know basically we have way more girls than we do boys this year, so I do kind of know that. So we're gonna keep loading and doing this, and probably takes about another half hour. We'll be done. All right. So this is just the girl. Gonna band the tail all the way down again to help fight off fly strike. And when they deliver, we're going to give CD&T here, inner or subcutaneously. That's just right below the surface of the skin. Now she gets marked again. So now we know when we release her, she's good to go. Everybody's looking for mom. Mom's looking for babies. We're done. As you can see, everybody's doing good. Got pretty new paint on them. They're loud, calling for their babies. And there's a baby there. And this is something they'll do after they've been castrated with the band. They sit because something feels a little different. Everything's going to sleep. So, but within a couple hours, they're up running like nothing ever happened. So, and this one is enjoying the sun, just hanging out. All right, we're all finished up here. Went out and got cleaned up a little bit. Had to change my shirt. I don't even want to tell you what I had all over that. But we ended up kicking out the lambs and the ewes, put them out to pasture there on some better grass. We separated Rocco, put him in the ram's pen. We're going to get him a buddy or two here shortly. And the reason we moved him is because now we are done. We don't want any lambs after October, because then we're starting to get into some bad weather and could potentially lose lambs to freezing temperature. So by pulling him out, it's 5-month gestation-ish. So we'll catch some, hopefully catch some lambs come fall, and then he'll go back in with the ewes come December. And then we'll have lambs in the spring again in April. So we're kind of cycling that way right now. So we'll have probably, hoping at least the next couple of years, we'll have a couple batches of lambs, one in the spring, one in the fall. So that being said, that's all done. And I apologize for the mic. I've noticed the last couple of videos, been having some issues with it, so I'm going to look into getting another one. So bear with me on that. So that's what I got for now. So went really well, and everybody's happy. Everybody's reunited. Everybody's eating, drinking. They're probably laying down in the shade by now because it is definitely warm out today. So that's where we're at. So I appreciate you watching. Please like and please subscribe. It really helps the farm. If you want to help our farm, that's the best and fastest way you can do it. It's just simply subscribe. It doesn't cost you nothing, obviously. So that's it for now. So I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for the next one.